All right, what's up, man? What's up, everybody? And this video, I'm gonna start a series of videos. I'm gonna call it the greatest of all time. And basically, in the videos, I'm gonna be picking rappers and other types of people and breaking down why I think they're the greatest of all time. Starting with this man right here, Dark Man X, aka Earl Simmons, aka DMX, who I do believe is the greatest rapper of all time. Just my opinion. I know DMX had a short run, 1998 to 2003. That's that's 5 years, I believe. But them 5 years, man, that's probably the best 5 years and anybody's ever given us in hip hop, man. Man dropped five classic albums, two in 1 year, and both of them went number one. He dropped classic songs. He did movies. DMX is kind of like a comet. You ain't seen nothing like him before. You ain't seen nothing like him since. He had that dark, gruff voice that sound like he been smoking Newports, back in Newport since he was 5 years old. And you ain't seen nothing like him since. The only guy like I would compare to him that popped up in the last couple years was probably Pop Smoke. And the only reason I'd compare Pop Smoke to him, rest in peace Pop Smoke, by the way, my fellow Brooklynite. The only reason I'd compare Pop Smoke to him is Pop Smoke had that deep, scratchy, gruff voice. Okay, but Pop Smoke was on complete different shit. But anyway, back to DMX. Okay, and DMX dropped five classic albums. Like I said, It's Dark and Hell is Hot, which the main like DMX songs that people I think remember are Rough Riders Anthem and Party Up in Here. And that's the thing about DMX. DMX topped the charts, dominated the charts without really going pop. Because if anybody's ever listened to Party Up in Here and you listen to it closely, that's no pop song. He's talking about some street shit on that song, man. Rough Riders Anthem. This album had, Rough Riders Anthem, Get At Me Dog, Damien, another song on here called X Is Coming, which I really liked, And of course, Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the most, wild, original album cover of all time, man. This dude was in a pool of blood and he's arising from it. But yeah, with Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, it had the title track, it had what's that song with the Locks and Jay-Z? I forget what it's called, but the song is long. It's 5 minutes, but everybody had a dope verse. Style Chic, Jada, X, of course, and Jay. Of course, I'm slipping, I'm falling, I can't get up. And then there was X. This song, this is probably, this is DMX's highest selling album both in his career for people who don't know. And of course, this is the one that had Party Up in Here and what's the song? DMX. What's my name? DMX. If you want it, you can get, And then what these bitches want from a nigga. And the 80% of the second verse, it was just him naming girls he fucked with in the past. Crazy. The Great Depression, I like this album, They had that song. What's that song with Faith Evans, I Be Missing You, which was a tribute to his grandmother. This song, this album, excuse me, out of all the albums he released during his run, this is probably, personally, I'd probably put this, fifth out of those projects, It's Dark and Hell is Hot being one, then there was X being two, Grand Champ probably three, Flesh My Flesh, Blood My Blood four, and then this one probably be five. I know a lot of people might disagree with that. It's okay. Then Grand Champ, of course, this came out in 2003. Where the Hood at and Get It on the Floor featuring Swiss Beats. You know what I'm saying? X had bangers, man. DMX had bangers, man. Like I said, he was a comet, bro. Ain't seen like it before. Ain't seen nothing like it since. And it was crazy too. DMX got in the rap game late. Like he was born in 1998 when he dropped into the Dark and Hell's Hot. He was like 27 years old, 27, 28 years old. For the rap to begin started in the rap game at 27 years old, that's kind of old. Now in real life, of course, it's not old, but in rap years, that's old. It's kind of old or middle age, if that makes sense. But yeah, so he was 32, 33 when he dropped this one. He was still at the top of the rap game, late 90s, early 2000s. That was the last time New York, ran hip hop, was on top of hip hop, and of course, the Dirty South was coming. But X, Jay, the Locks, Eminem, Outkast, Nas, Cameron. Who else? You could say dominated back then. 2003, of course, 50 Cent came onto the scene. Also, no 3 Outkast dropped Speaker Box Love Below, and other guys. But X was still on top of the rap game in his early 30s. Which is extremely impressive for not just him but for anybody. But it's more impressive for him because he got in the game so late, at 27 years old. Cradle to the Grave, man. This shit. I was watching this shit the other day. It was on TV, man. This movie was so hard, man. Jet Li and DMX. Of course, it's the second movie they did together after Romeo Must Die with Aaliyah. It's a great film. That's another. You don't really see that no more. Rappers being actors. You don't really see that no more. Back then, you saw that a lot. Ice-T and LL Cool J and Ice Cube and of course Tupac and DMX. Of course, Nas did Belly. Nas wasn't really acting like that, but he did Belly. I'm trying to think who was Andre 3000. He was in that movie Four Brothers, another movie I liked with Mark Wahlberg and Tyrese. Common. You saw a lot of that. You don't really see that no more. 50 Cent. Eminem did 8 Mile. Of course, Meth and Red. You don't really see that anymore. I would honestly like to see that. Okay, rappers doing acting. Personally, of course, Belly. This is a this is a hood classic. Of course, I believe it grossed $3 million at the box office. It was considered a dud by critics, but us people in the hood, especially up here in New York, we love this shit, man. Nas, 1998. He was still young, but he kind of, I won't say he fell off, but he would later go on to drop I Am, which was an okay project. Then Nostradamus. That's when Nas was trying to go pop, and he was losing a lot of critical acclaim, getting a lot of commercial success, but losing a lot of critical acclaim until he obliterated Jay-Z on Ether, and then Still Mighty came. But yeah, Nas was, you could say, at the height of the rap game in '98. X was up and coming, and X wasn't really that known at the time when he did this movie. People were questioning Hype Williams, like, why would you pick this dude to do this role? But Hype ran with him, and it was classic shit. Who else could have played Buns other than DMX, man? Okay, and of course you see the Rough with the Rough Riders chain. See, this is him a couple months ago, I think a year ago, when interviewed by GQ. That's a damn shame what happened to DMX, man. This dude, DMX had some demons, man. Anything about his childhood or anything like that, he had some demons, man. But you can tell it's eating him up. Drug addiction, trouble with the law. Like, it's a shame. I don't know, but I saw him on Versus with Snoop Dogg, and he looked like he gained weight, like a whole lot of weight. Like I think X needs to chill out, or he won't be able to perform without his shirt off anymore. But yeah, this is gonna be it for this video. I think I'm gonna call it Greatest of All Time. DMX edition. I might do more. With Nas and Lil Wayne and Andre 3000. I'm a hip hop head. I'm saying, hip hop nerd. Come from a family of hip hop heads. I'm saying, cause being here in New York, I'm surrounded by hip hop by day one. I'm a hip hop nerd, so might do another like Nas, 3K, Wayne, other guys like Jay and Eminem and Pac and Biggie, you know what I'm saying? I might start doing stuff like that. But yeah, this is going to be it for this video.